This is the second of a series of 2 replays that took place at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. last night. I normally don't like casting replays. I get the game result and the game type spoiled to me, and to me that is a little bit too much than what I consider acceptable. So this is an exception because I was apparently told that the 2 games that I have casted here are actually pretty exciting, so I made an exception to cast these 2 replays back to back, so they will probably be uploaded at around the same time. I do feel like I have to give this spiel every time I cast a replay because it is actually a pretty rare occasion that I do cast a replay. I don't like doing it for the most part. If a game is exciting, I'd rather just catch it live because I treat it with a different air, even if I don't mean to. For some of these situations. But knowing who wins and knowing what the game time is something that I don't actively spoil over my casts. So it's not like from a viewer perspective that it gets ruined or anything. It gets ruined for me, and probably only me. I do restrain myself from talking about the overall game. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, this team won. It's a pretty... It will make the whole cast pretty unexciting to watch. Now, knowing the actual game time, this game does drag on for quite a while. However, off the bat, some really interesting things. First off, Garen jungle. Nice. And second of all, Amumu jungling with Guardian. Not something I've seen a lot. I do think Guardian is probably on the low end of really good runes for the Amumu jungle because you never actually proc it. Maybe you can proc at the start actually. Does this proc? No, it doesn't. Large monsters don't proc Guardian. Oh! When the Twitch leashes you. This happens way too often. So Amumu's jungling is done now. He cannot do camps at level 1. But at least Twitch has a blue buff, so yay! Nami does ping out the Twitch, they notice that he has a blue buff, which means Amumu is just absolutely screwed. He's gonna immediately move over to red camp. I'm not sure if that's the correct line of play here. I do think you just go Wolves Grom reset anyway. Because Wolves Grom will get you to level 2. And then you can just do red. And pretend like nothing bad happened. So we're just gonna try to make an aggro play. He needs to get his money out of that blue buff he took. He actually loses that trade. Because he did all his damage onto a Nami who can self-heal. And he's super low with a support Shaco! Well, support Shaco can't protect you when you run into trouble like that. So if you go aggro plays, you need him to follow up with you, which, you know, Shaco exactly didn't. The electrocute does get procced off on the cannon, but Syndra still wins that trade. Flash forward, and a beautiful auto combo. That's going to be first blood to the Syndra. She does unfortunately go down. I think the excess minion damage... are actually contributed to the kill there. I do think she survived the second tower shot if she didn't take so much minion aggro. But regardless, that's still a pretty good trade for the Syndra. The CS scores even out here. And yeah, she gets the first blow, which means she comes out ahead in that trade. She is gonna get boots over on top of the cannon. Cannon wants Protobell first. Syndra wants Ludens or Lost Chapter first. So either case, they're going to be tied with items for now. Cannon is going to tank a little bit too much free trade. Gnar is going to tank a little bit too much free trade from the Soul Unbound. He's going to be forced back here. The score is 1-1, pretty even. Red team has a slight lead. Exactly the slightest lead generated from First Blood. So it's a very even game so far. Then the Amumu actually, by virtue of it being Garen jungle, who basically can never clear camps effectively, Amumu is actually not behind even after losing a buff. He unfortunately gets a 1 buff clear here, but it's fine because he's actually just straight up invading a Garen. Garen is topside, so he's not here to punish this. He's going for the Scuttle Hunt as well. I mean, yeah. But the Amumu's not behind here, so he can definitely still salvage the situation. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing too exciting going on. Twitch mysteriously appears mid lane. I don't know why he left the lane, by the way. He's not jungle Twitch, he should just be laning. Oh no, Syndra landed the stun, which means it's time for the Twitch to go in, but he's a little bit too far behind. He's still gonna go for one more shot, maybe? Yes, no! The Syndra auto attack will get it. Cannon's gonna go down. Here comes the jungle Garen. He's so scary. He's not popping any skills. He's just going to Q and run away. Beautiful gank from the Garen, but oh wait, Twitch poison! Twitch poison! Twitch. Okay, Twitch poison never kills. And the Shaco abandoned to the bot lane. He's probably just dead here. Yep, for a shot from the Jhin kills him. That's what you get when your AD carry leaves lane for no reason for like a minute and a half. So red team's gonna get killed off here on the bot lane. Beautiful shot back by the Gnar, but the Fate Seal from the Yone gets him out of the tower range. Still pretty ahead in this lane. Although Gnar being ranged half the time probably doesn't make him too vulnerable into the Yone. You can actually kite out the Yone decently effectively. Losing a little bit in CS, kinda to be expected. Yone loves going up against semi-low damage tanks that he can just kind of toy around with his mobility. It's not even like Yasuo level mobility. He's actually pretty tricky because he can play really far back and land a lot of free damage, and his W makes it hard for tanks to trade back into him. Definitely a pretty frustrating laning experience if you're a tank. But the tank's route to contain Yone is just not die to him. And honestly, if you don't die to him, you've pretty much done your job. Syndra going to go for another beautiful stun combo. The electrocute will land. Here comes the slicing maelstrom. Cannon gonna try to make it, but not gonna do anything against Syndra's almighty outplay button. She damage dumps Cannon, and that was more than enough to get the kill. Ignite traded for Ignite, but Syndra walks away victorious, and she is now 3-1-0, super far ahead of the Cannon kill-wise, tied in CS still. Neither players are too good at farming. Now Ocean Drake, right for the taking, because Cannon's not here, and he doesn't have ultimate, even if he was here. So that is one objective going the way of red team. They do secure the Ocean Drake for themselves. Garen's trying to make it to the scene of the crime, but he's not going to get here fast enough. Damage is landing, and the Shiv going to slow up the Jhin, but he is already flashed away. So no further tracing is going to be done here. I genuinely can't tell who's ahead in the bottom lane. I think it's Jhin, because Twitch needs to work first, and he loses the BF sword in the meantime. It's hard to say, because Twitch technically can still kill him. Honestly, I can't tell who's gonna win this game. Not win this game, win this lane. I do know who wins this game. He only going in for another aggressive trade, and he dodges back right in the nick of time before he gets stunned. Even if he got stunned there, it wasn't too much of a big deal. He still has a hefty amount of shield to work with. I do think Gnar itemized correctly here. You do want the first item Tabai against a matchup like this. Cutting his auto attack damage. He only does mixed damage. Every other hit does magic damage, so it's actually pretty hard to itemize against this champion. As a tank. Because you can't just purely stack armor. He will still kill you. So going for boots first to just flat out reduce all auto damage, I think is a very smart move here from the Gnar. It is the most effective item you can buy given your low budget. So you got a pretty long road of laning against the Yone here to work with. Syndra's gonna get caught out here by the jungle Garen. That's gonna force out Syndra's flash immediately. Kurnikav's gonna come down, and here comes the Cannon. He doesn't have slicing maelstrom. Oh, Shaco. Which one is the right one? Oh, he can't tell. And that means he's just out of there. He gives up on the chase. Gnar's gonna come in for the wallop. He doesn't actually land the Gnar against the wall, but here comes the Amumu. Bandage Toss is gonna go in. They need to camp the Ghost, or just land Curse of the Sad Mummy and kill him off. Gnar gets that solo kill, and that's actually really good for top lane. He's done a really admirable job of containing the Yone thus far, keeping up with him really well. And now with that one kill from a gank, I think that Yone might be screwed here. Yeah, even if a Yone is behind, he can always prey on some squishy and just burst them with one combo. But if a tank gets ahead of you, then your laning just gets worse and worse. He is going to teleport back into the lane. Syndra landing yet another great stun with the outplay button. Cannon aggressively flashes in. Can he make the kill happen? No, he cannot. Oh, the really bad flash from the Amumu bunking into a wall instead of going over it. Garen comes in to equalize the score, but unfortunately, he doesn't give the KO to Yone. He takes it for himself. Not the worst outcome for sure. They still got the kill, so you know, great. Oh, Syndra, you might want to get out. Garen's coming down for ya. He's coming for ya. Although I will say, if you're gonna do jungle Garen, you might as well just go all in and go Predator. Like, how else are you gonna get into how else are you gonna get into fights? Yone goes Ghost Form, but he is going to tank a lot more damage than he's taking back. Because he does eat the Wallop combo, and the Gnar just sits on him. Every time Gnar transforms, he gains a little bit of free health back, just because when you gain max health, you gain that much current health as well. So it's actually a hidden form of sustain, even though Gnar doesn't necessarily have a heal or a tank steroid in his kit. He can just consistently transform and just get more and more health back. Candace gonna try to spend some time alone with this tower, but nothing productive is really gonna happen. He's really behind. Even with free boots, he doesn't actually have Proto Belt done, which is a decently cheap item for early on in the game. Syndra, by comparison, already has a decently fast boot and cycle complete, but here comes a trade from the Slicing Maelstrom. But Cannon, he already committed his Ignite in the previous fight, which means he's running out of damage. Syndra is not moving correctly. So in cases like that, you actually don't want to juke a Q. You just want to full-on run away from him. If you're just pacing back and forth, anticipating Cannon to throw out a Q, there's a reason Cannon starts with Storm's Blade in lane. It's because his autos are nothing to be messed around with, and just moving back and forth gets you a little bit too much extra time spent with Cannon's autos, and he can just kill you. The better play is to just full run away. Cannon's gonna try to get away. Shaco Flash is giving away his real claw. Damage turn is coming down, but no, it's not enough. Twitch will kill off the Cannon here. The Spray and Pray is still going in. He's still killing the Garen. That's 6 stacks of the poison with an Expunge or Contaminate or whatever you call it. He's quite far ahead now, beating Jhin in CS, and now he's caught up in kills as well. Jhin is gonna get some free time to push down bot. He has tier 3 boots. I don't know about this. I don't think this is too effective for him. Twitch mid lane just wreaked havoc on blue team. And I don't think... Yeah, Jhin didn't even get a plate here. And now even worse, Inferno Drake has spawned. Syndra's gonna try to chase down the Jhin, and that's gonna force out the Jin's flash. Yone and Gnar are still laning at it, and this lane has been stalling out for a really long time now. I do think Gnar likes it a little bit better in this situation. Yone going in for a super aggressive trade. Oh my god, he's so deep. But the Gnar is just gonna slowly kite him out, because Boomerang slow is not to be trifled with, actually. He does miss the root, which means that the Jhin might be screwed here. Syndra has the outplay button. If that Q landed, I think Syndra kills him from there. That dodge and the Q may have saved Jin's life. Amumu trying to wave clear as much as he can. Harrow's just gonna take a few plays here, get some money, but nothing else aside from that. It doesn't secure an objective, it doesn't kill a turret. No, Syndra. She's queuing the brush. She's building up balls. Oh, and there it is! She lands a stun! She lands the W! But she's too far. I think if she moved earlier, she might have closed that gap, but the Jhin is gonna pop his skill. But he's actually running out of defensive layers. First he blows his flash, then he blows his skill, and now he's running out of ways to disengage from a Syndra. Slicing Maelstrom is gonna come down. Shaco gives away his real one, and the Navi's gonna come in and give him a cold shower, and that's gonna be a dead Shaco at the hands of the cannon. He picks up another kill for himself. Syndra's gonna go home for an Oblivion Orb. Now, for the love of God, please stop there. Healing reduction is not a priority here. For the love of God, move on to Death Cap or something. I think Syndra is fed enough to justify Death Cap. Finish boost, move on to Death Cap, hold on to Oblivion Orb. More than good enough. Nami's gonna complete her first item as well. Game is crawling up to 15 minutes in, and so far it's been a pretty slow game. Both teams are just farming up to the best of their capabilities. Garen is here in the back. He's gonna land the silence. Gnar's about to transform. That's a really big boy. And the Garen, can he get out? He pops the courage. He needs the decisive strike to get out. The slow once again pins him. He is going to get the speed buff, but the Gnar flashes forward with the wallop. He will not hit it. One more boulder will kill him. Boulder snipe! He does get it. Unfortunately for him, red buff times out at the last possible second, so he only gets the blue. But he still gets that solo kill regardless. He did commit the splash for it. He disengages from the Yone. And he's fine. Twitch steps on a trap, gives his position away. He fails the ambush. But Jin still has no summoners, and the dunk! The outplay button from the Syndra. That's kill number 5 going over to her. Niamumu comes up top, Curse of the Sad Mummy, gonna root up the Yone. And now the rest of the fight might be breaking out here. Gnar is so close to transforming. There is the face seal. Yone gonna bring them back, but that's 2 very beefy boys. He can't kill through them all, and he's gonna be killed off here by the Mega Gnar. 5 to 10. And Yone not having a good time. He's got the CS to show for himself, and the beautiful hallucinate dodge. Gonna get away from the first shot of Curtain Call.
Now, there's a smell you... It's me!
Now the game once again gonna be pretty quiet. We have people farming left and right, and they're trying to accrue income, trying to accrue critical items. I don't like how Garen is going for Triforce after finishing a jungle item. I just think it's a little bit too expensive, and you don't get online fast enough. The whole point of Garen Triforce is to leverage the fact that if you rush it, you get really powerful really early on. If you get it later, it's nowhere near as effective. But he's still gonna go for it, and he picks up Sheen first. I don't like the Phage is much better, just because it gives you the stickiness as well to stick onto enemies. So far, it's a pretty passive game. I was told this game is a banger. I wonder why, actually. I haven't seen any evidence that shows that it is yet. Narn is going to, not Narn, Twitch, going to help the Amumu jungle, just like he helped the Amumu jungle the blue buff. Amumu's gonna ping him off, wondering what the hell he's doing. He is fed, so he could ambush this and get a kill. Syndra walks through a ward, and Nami instantly commits the tidal wave for some reason. The outplay button is hit, but that means the Syndra has run out of damage. However, the cavalry has arrived. Kennen needs to land a little bit more damage. He does get it. He shuts down the Syndra here, but Twitch will grab the kill right back. He goes on a rampage. When one threat's put down, another will emerge. And meanwhile, Gnar and Yone continuing their isolated lives in an area of the map that nobody seems to care too much about. The Yone is gonna get slammed up. He takes so much damage in the return. The PD shield has been procced as well. The damage is landing, but the Gnar is really tanky. He can't really be killed here. With just a Black Cleaver, this Garen just doesn't output enough to really kill him here. He needs about 300 more health, but he dunks on a minion. 300 more damage or so, and he would have been enough. Garen pings out Yone's R as if that was a fight worth committing to. He's still doing it! As if that's a fight worth committing to. And unfortunately, because the Garen is so ham-fisted on killing the Gnar, they lose the Drake off this, and red team, they push themselves to Soul Point very early on. Furious pings going down blue team, but honestly, as soon as Garen showed top, they conceded this dragon. So that means red team is going to take it. No contest possible. They don't even need the jungler here to take it, just because no one's in position to do it. And Garen's going to opt to counter jungle instead. The legendary 19-minute take your enemy raptor strat. I will say blue team has more areas of the map to work around in, just because for now they're all on the push. The red team's resetting. But they didn't really make too good of a use of it. They got like one raptor camp off it. They don't make a push happen. They don't make a pick happen. Top lane wasn't isolated. Both teams have lost their mid towers. So there are a lot more fights that should be breaking out soon. The fight for territory can be pretty bitter. Cannon is going to try to sweep up, denying some vision, so top lane gets fully blacked out, but it's not like it matters. I do think blue team needs to bring some heavier guns if they ever want to kill this Gnar. He is pretty strong. Cannon is going to try to blind the Shuriken into the brush. He does find it, but here comes a really angry big dog, or whatever Gnar transforms himself into. The missing link. Ahri is going to re-engage with the tidal wave. It catches both, and there's a slicing maelstrom. The damage to CC, it's all landing. There's a face seal, but Curse of the Sand Mummy might give them time to root up. Amumu is going to offer himself as the martyr to buy Gnar some time to escape, but he's super low. The Shuriken, it doesn't land, and the slow will connect onto the Gnar, which means he probably doesn't have the damage. Yes, he does. Tidecaller's blessing from the Nami was enough to give him the speed needed to get in. Yone will be picked up by the Syndra on the side. Cannon is trying to retreat. He's so low. Syndra, they're chasing after the Sushi, but the Cannon is making his way out. Pikachu, he says, and here comes the Garen. He's going to spin onto the Syndra, killing her off. I think there was a wrong target selection. Cannon was running the super long way back home. But Garen did reinforce him. Sashimi does live, so there's no sushi on the table tonight. Blue team, they make the play happen. Yone pings out Garen. Okay, that flame doesn't make sense. What would he use it on? That's just passive aggressive. How dare you call me out? Which I don't respect. Don't do that. Garen's gonna retaliatory ping out the Yone R. There's a war going on in blue team amongst themselves. You know what this feels like? This feels like the arms race in World War I, where both superpowers are just, well, superpowers, but you know, both sides are just building up massive armaments, getting ready for this one big battle with minor skirmishes here and there. Like the one side develops the Dreadnought, the other side develops I don't even remember what else was used in World War I. A lot of my hobbies nowadays involve on World War II, not one. But you know, like both sides are building Dreadnoughts, super big, expensive navy. They fight once with it and never again. That's pretty much the story of this game. Both sides are building super expensive, massive, beyond battleship class warships. And you know all of this is just gonna lead up to they all fight once and then there's never again. This is the arms race, and we're seeing it right now. And it turns out these factory assembly lines are pretty boring to look at. It's 23 minutes in. Mumu is camping top. Oh, the beautiful Balbo. It snatches onto the Syndra, and that means the Syndra is caught out. She does try to shove the cannon away, but the damage is a little bit too much. Yone comes and gets himself back on the board with the second kill for this game, and the Curse of the Sand Mummy gonna lock up too, but it's not gonna be enough damage. The Twitch is somehow in the back. He assassinates the cannon. He assassinates the Sushi, and here comes the Garen. He has the Triforce. He has the Dunk, but the Gnar does transform in the nick of time. The Wallop is there, but the spin kills him off. Triple kill in the back. Twitch has killed everybody. Oh, that's a Quadra. He's still going for it. Garen needs to try to turn with the decisive strike. I think he can melt the Twitch. Maybe he has Triforce. It's possible. He doesn't want to give the Penta away. He is gonna make it out, but Twitch makes off so much money. Forward, Garen. Forward for your life. Garen does yell forward, even if he's retreating. It's kind of like Sion yelling cowards, so he's running away, but the Twitch, he's caught him. Not the Penta. Not the Penta. It did take a little bit too long. They do prolong the timer between Quadra and Penta. I think it's like twice as long, I think, but it's still, even that. Or I think the way is like, as long as you're in combat, your timer doesn't stop. One of those two ways. I don't actually remember how a Penta timer works. But regardless, Twitch was out of the fight for long enough for the Pentakill to no longer qualify. But he does get the unofficial one. 9-0 and 1. $15-19. Red team is 1,000 gold ahead. I would have expected them to be a lot more ahead than this. But here comes a Soul Point Dragon, and blue team, they're already in position here. They're setting up an ambush. There's a word wall. They're trying to catch out somebody. Oh, they might have found a Twitch. Cannon runs into the middle of nowhere. He's gonna pop Slicing Maelstrom. It's just onto the Gnar for now. The Tidal Wave will completely whiff. And there's the Spray and Pray. Twitch is kiting it out decently well. And he's gonna apply max poison stacks with everybody here. Gnar gonna hop in, but he gets snatched in the bubble. And blue team, they commit a lot of resources. They commit Slicing Maelstrom and Tidal Wave. That's most of their power when it comes to fighting for this Drake. Red team lose Spray and Pray, which, you know, does matter, but they still have team fighting ultimates. They still have the Gnar. They still have the Curse of the Sad Mummy. They still have a Gnar that's ready to fight. Garen does have the big sword. Is he gonna drop it on anybody? The silence goes out on the Mummy. This might be a catch. This might be what they need. They kill off the Mummy here, but in the back, nobody protects the Jhin, and Twitch is just eating well tonight because the Garen and Yone full diving in, ignoring their backline. Yone is still trying to make a play happen. He's on the Syndra. He's landing the damage. Well, a few more hits will definitely do it. He does kill off, and now the Twitch solos out the Garen as well. Blue team has just lost a lot of members back and forth. It's a very scattered fight, which is bad for blue team, because that means red team can just pick people off at their leisure. And you can see here, they help themselves to the Cloud Drake. And that is Soul. 4-0 Soul. It's a pretty good Soul as well. What the hell? Hold on. What was that? Let's just rewind for 15 seconds. Game announcement on Kill Dragon Red Minion. As the game announces, Red Team's minions have banded together to kill the dragon. Now Yone is 4-4-4. A very symbolic KDA given his lore. You know, you'll get it. You get it. Garen needs one more assist to be on that same level, but Garen doesn't have the symbolic meaning behind Yone. It's actually a pretty surprisingly even game. There's a hyper fed Twitch, but it's always seemed like nobody on blue team is really intent on killing the Twitch. Nobody seems to care. Oh, the Shaco! He is gonna get blue smited and killed off. He was roaming up a little bit too low. He was taking so much damage too. He has Ludens, he's Sword Shoes, he's squishy. I thought they were hitting a clone because of how much damage he was taking, but no, that was a real deal. That was a real deal. He's just squishy. Abyssal Mask does come out. Okay. Like I said, you can't just itemize armor against Yone. You do need a little bit of MR in there as well, because he does mixed damage that scales off AD, making him incredibly annoying to itemize against as a tank. It's a little bit like the Corki thing, but way worse, where people think of stacking armor against a Corki, even though Corki's autos deal magic damage. Like, Corki's almost everything deals magic damage. So you should actually itemize a ton of MR against them with that Tabai. It is something that I would say lower or average Elo players don't wrap their heads around. That's 4 shots from a Twitch, by the way, and almost kills the Jhin straight up. That is an obscenely strong rat. And thanks to a Nami heal, he does survive. If the Nami didn't heal him, he was dead to the poison for sure. But the Twitch is gonna get caught out here by the Garen. Oh, the Garen is really strong. But he's already run out of damage. Twitch is gonna lifesteal a lot back up. He's gonna slow up the Garen. And that means the shoe's on the other foot. He's gonna start kiting out the Garen now. The shield does get popped from the Courage. He has the PD shield as well, but it's not enough. Twitch hurts a little bit too much. He wins that 1v1 on the side. And now the rest of the fight might be breaking out. Twitch pops the Ghost. He's coming in. Wait, Ghost. Well, he's speeding up. He's coming in. He's really fed this game. In fact, he is like... Yeah, that might be the reason why this game still seems so even. He has half of his whole team's kills. The rest of his team, Syndra aside, still not necessarily that strong. Shaco's feeding, the Mumu's feeding. Oh, Mumu's actually doing pretty well, but Shaco's definitely feeding. Feeding as in 0 kills, but you know, Mumu's job is not get kills, so I wouldn't hold that up against the tank. There's the face shield and the beautiful body block. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it does prevent the Yone from getting out. And Twitch, he's solo mission into blue team. It's actually working because he's so dang fed. Oh, be careful! Ah, the shuriken! Cannon gets a shot down! Oh, that's disaster. That's a lot of money. Over to the cannon. Obviously, you still want to go to the Jhin, but the Jin's dead. So cannon is a natural recipient of it. The Shaco. I was gonna say something like, "Oh, watch out for the box," and then Shaco just died to like one swipe. Oh, that's such a squishy clown. Even Jin's gonna come back and finish the job with a bullet. The Elder Dragon is up. That is a game-ending objective. You get Elder, you win the game, especially in a game state like this. So they have 2 minutes to play to their heart's content, essentially. As long as you don't throw. Don't do anything stupid. Baron Nashor is up. Don't do anything stupid, and you're gonna get the soul. You're gonna win the game. Twitch actually sold Last Whisper to get Stormrazor. Interesting. He's going for the crit route. It is the right choice because nobody on blue team is itemizing armor. Even the Garen's going offensive into HP. And for some reason he has Merc Trez even though he's getting murdered by AD. I mean, sure. Like, there is a lot of CC to reduce, I get that, but as a Garen who's building no tank items, you might want to deal with immediate threats. Because if his mission is to pop the Twitch, I do think Garen has the capacity to always pop a Twitch. He needs a Tabai. Twitch is gonna roam into blue team space, he's killing whoever he wants. This guy is not a silver level player, he's definitely a smurf. He overdives and does give up his life, and that's a lot of money over to the Cannon yet again. Cannon's just received $1,700 donated to his pocket by the charity of Twitch. He's playing a little bit loose. I do think he can get away with it for the most part. He literally soloed all blue team space. Obviously you die doing a maneuver like that, but you do take down more bodies than you give away. Garen is gonna melt. Redemption's not gonna save him. Gee, I wonder why he's melting. Now red team, they're trying to brush off Destis? No. No. They're not gonna brush off Destis. The Elder Dragon is up, but they don't have a Twitch. Oh wait, are you sure you want to be doing this without a Twitch? Apparently the answer is yes, because Shaco started it. But smartly, the Syndra pings everyone back from the Elder. They're in no condition to do this. Just because you're apparently winning doesn't mean you can do whatever. Most of your income is on the Twitch, who is not here. You will not win a teamfight without him. And Twitch is gonna slowly waddle his way down. He is in mid lane right now. And there it is. Elder Dragon gets started up. Wait, Twitch. Oh my god. He's around the back. He gets spotted by a trap. He's gonna drop this thing. Oh no! Here comes a face seal. They're chasing him down. But the kite is beautiful coming out of the Twitch. He's actually doing it. And that means Twitch single-handedly buys enough time for the Elder take. He's gonna die here. He's gonna be the first to lose his Elder buff. But the rest of red team are wearing glowy stuff. Glowy green. It doesn't roll off the tongue nearly as well as saying wearing purple when it's Baron. But they have to be careful. Garen grabs the easiest kill of all time. It's 25 to 30, but it doesn't feel like 25 to 30. It feels like 25 to 20. It's 23 to 30, excuse me. It feels like 23 to 30, but it feels like 23 to 20. As soon as the Twitch dies, red team is so screwed. They have one burst from Syndra that can basically kill anybody outright, but then they have the rest of the team to deal with. And they do need the Twitch damage to do it, and he's overdiving a little bit in these past few fights. And it's not really working well for his team. Yeah, I get like solo queue. You get ahead, you play really loose, and you just kind of style on them. These maneuvers are not cheap. They can be very costly if it's not executed well. Syndra is smartly itemizing this game, using her money to the best of her capabilities. She does have the Death Cap complete and the Zayas over the Morelos. A commendable item purchase choice here. Elder is up, and apparently red team decides to leverage the Elder to do what the hell? Okay, well, apparently never praise anybody because that happens. Twitch is going to try to clean up the mess though. He has gotten 2 bodies already. The curtain call is coming down. The first shot would absolutely kill him, but he cannot land it. And there's a Garen. He downs the big sword. But the Twitch, he's still fine. He's life stealing it back. He gets the quadra kill, and now there's the Jhin. Oh, he wants the penta. Can he get the penta this time? The Gnar is angry. He's chasing after the Jhin, but Jhin is the fast. He is not gonna be slowed, and there's the building. 1 more shot from the Twitch will do it. Give him the penta, do it. There's the penta kill coming out from the Twitch. He gets denied the first time and makes it happen the second. He's at 22 kills. Get the quadra and you'll be at the Kai'Sa threshold. GG Eds, says the Shaco. Of course it's the Shaco. Unfortunately, the Twitch actually has no intentions of getting. He's paying out the Elder Dragon. Well, there is strife. Garen didn't say anything out of. Wait, was Yone who said this? No, Cannon. I would have been like, Yone, he's toxic. He pinged my R. How dare he? The Cannon is gonna try to make a Hail Mary effort. Twitch voluntarily did not end this game. He's having the game of his life. He doesn't want it to end. He's solo diving deep into enemy lines. He doesn't have QSS. He can't be safe, but he has a death stand, so I guess that's way better than QSS. He's gonna get rooted up, taking damage. The DOT is slowly mounting, but he's life stealing so much of it back. The big sword, it dunks onto him, but the cannon is not enough, and neither is the Garen. That's a triple. That's not a quadra. Syndra steals it away. Ooh. You're in for it now. You denied him the Kai'Sa threshold. He wants a 26. He's not gonna get to 26. This game is over. Is he gonna hit the Kai'Sa threshold though? He just needs to kill the Nami. And given him, he's backing off from the base again! Well, he doesn't want to win. There's someone at AFK mid and engages 3-5 Baron. Surely top what? Obviously he's flaming the cannon. The flame doesn't make sense. He's basically saying like he engaged 3v5 at Baron, but I don't know. I think his train of thought broke down halfway through. But 1 more kill to the Twitch. There it is. He hits the Kai'Sa threshold, but can he surpass it? 1 more kill will do it. Garen's gonna come in for the dunk, but there's not enough damage, and there's a slicing maelstrom onto the back. The Twitch might be killed off here. He does get killed off here. And that means he's not around to stop Red Team from ending this game, and that's gonna be the end of it. It's just a Jhin. He's holding his first shot, but he does absolutely no damage into the Gnar. He can't make this kill happen, and there it is, Red Team! They take the win. A pretty decisive action all around. Twitch is stalling it out though.